Islanders hockey is back. Well, kind of. Tomorrow, Islanders hockey is back. What's going on? I'm Matt O'Leary, back with another video on Up the Turnpike. Today, I want to get into Patrick Roy naming the starting goalie for opening night. I'm excited to talk about it. So tonight on the Patreon podcast, we will be doing a full season preview. So if you're interested in bonus Isles content, including 2 full podcasts a week, a bonus video every Friday, a Discord channel full of Islanders fans, make sure to check that out. And also, reminder, tomorrow after the opener, I'll be live on YouTube breaking down the Isles' first game against Utah. So make sure to check that out. But here we are today to talk about the official news that Semyon Varlamov will be the Islanders starter out of the gate for the first game of the season. Now, this is something that I'm really not crazy surprised on, seeing that, well, Ilya Sorokin is coming off his off-season surgery. He just returned to practice last week. He did not participate in any of the preseason games. I would expect we see him at some point soon. I don't think this is just going to be, hey, Semyon Varlamov is going to start the first month of the season and Sorokin will be the backup, but we have no plan on using him. I don't think that's the case. Again, it's to be determined when he gets his first start of the season, but my expectation has kind of been for a while that Semyon Varlamov would be the starter in at least the first game of the year. This isn't anything against Ilya Sorokin. I think he's just recovering from the injury, and eventually I think Sorokin ends up getting the lead bulk here. I will say, even the biggest Ilya Sorokin fans, like myself included, I am a big Sorokin believer. I think he bounces back this season, but there's no doubt that Varlamov was the better of the two goalies last year. He was 14-8-4 as a starter. He had a .918 save percentage and a 2.60 goals against average in 27 starts. He really was a big part of saving the Islanders season. He was the better goalie down the stretch, and Patrick Roy ran the hot hand. And if you look specifically at his final 8 starts of the regular season, he went 7-1, as again, the Islanders were fighting for a playoff spot, and he was a huge factor in them making it. He had a .936 save percentage and a 2.0 goals against average. He was allowing 2 goals a game, and that allowed the Islanders to win and win a lot. Again, they won 7 of his final 8 starts. He started 4 of 5 playoff games. He had a .914 save percentage in the playoffs. He had to come in relief of Ilya Sorokin, who was pulled in game 3. He did not play good at all. It was really frustrating to see that from Ilya Sorokin. There's the picture of him kind of just sitting off in the tunnel, and that was the story of his 2023-24 season. I'm hoping for this year out of Ilya Sorokin in 24-25 a bounce back performance. It's his first year on an 8-year contract extension. He's getting $8.25 million. That's a pretty hefty price point for, a goalie, obviously. When he's on, there's no doubt he's one of the league's best goalies. Unfortunately, last year, that wasn't the case. And there were a lot of factors for why that was. The penalty kill was absolutely atrocious. It felt like he was ridden into the ground by Lane Lambert early on in the season. But the story is still the same. He needs to be better in 24 and 25. I think he could be, but he's not going to get that opportunity out of the gate, as it's already been announced that Semyon Varlamov will be the one who starts on opening night. And I have high expectations for him. He's an older veteran goalie at this point in his career, but I think having him to start in place of Ilya Sorokin is a really good luxury to have. If for whatever reason the Islanders were like many of the other teams in the NHL who don't really roster a great backup goalie, Islanders would be in a lot of trouble, and they definitely would not have made the playoffs last year. So what at one point maybe seemed like an expensive luxury to keep Semyon Varlamov around on this team turned out to be a really, really good decision, because, again, saved their season last year, and it looks like he's going to be the starting goalie out of the gate this year. So I want to hear from you guys. What do you think about Semyon Varlamov starting for the New York Islanders in Game 1 of 82? Let me know. I'm Matt O'Leary. Subscribe to Up the Turnpike. I'll catch you next time.
If you like that, make sure to subscribe to Up the Turnpike on Patreon for more exclusive New York Islanders content.